How's it, ladies and gents? Welcome back. This video is a few hours late, but that's because we've been having audio troubles and we just wanted to kind of sort everything out and get these new graphics working in the best way possible so that it's easier for you to see and enjoy. It was a jam-packed weekend, so let's jump straight into the Super League A results. Kuils River versus SK Warmers, so SK took a win, finally cushioning the beginning of the season so that they can get the ball rolling. It's absolutely major for them, and unfortunately for Kuils River, they'll stay in that bottom three in that danger zone at the bottom of their log. However, in the next game, Hamilton versus Marties, saw Hamilton take the win. Marties only came away with a bonus point, and Hamilton at this point still remain undefeated in the Super League A. After beating Marties, I highly doubt that Hamilton are going to lose to any team up until the knockout stages, and they might even go undefeated there as well. Hamilton is definitely my pick for Super League A this year. Hopefully they don't disappoint me. Over in the Berg, we had St. George's versus Helderberg, and unfortunately the Lulu boys came up just short, losing 27-25 to Helderberg. Unfortunately, this means no movement on the table for St. George's. However, for Helderberg, it means they are trailing St. George's by one spot, and all that separates them at this point is points difference. CPUT unfortunately forfeiting against Durbell, so Durbell get all 5 points and they move on with their league. Tygerberg hosted Falls Bay, and unfortunately, even with the home ground advantage, Tygerberg came up short, losing 13 points to 17 against Falls Bay. Villager are back to their winning ways with a second win in a row after losing 3 consecutively at the beginning of the season. Villager took the win from Brackenfell 28-13, securing a bonus point and continuing their climb. Villagers find themselves in 7th place on the table at this moment. Unimall hosted UCT, and Unimall came out with a 28-26 point win. However, UCT, being UCT, have been scoring a lot of bonus points this season. They managed to do it again on Saturday when they scored 4 tries and they lost within 7, so they secured 2 bonus points to keep them moving on the table. Let's have a look at the table with Hamilton right on top, knocking down Marties by 1. Unimall and Durbell sliding to 3rd and 4th, with UCT dropping to 5th. You can see UCT has lost 5 games from the 7 that they've played, however they're still in the top 6. It just goes to show how important those bonus points are, and it's keeping UCT in the running for now. Tygerberg still in 6th place, however Villager and Falls Bay are hot on their tail, and they will look to at least secure a place in the top 6 come later on in the season. St. George's and Helderberg at 9 and 10, followed by Brackenfell and SK Warmers, and then NTK, Kuils River and CPUT in the relegation zone of the table. Over in the Super League B, Collegians travelled to Langa to claim a 26-17 victory over Langa. Massive for Collegians after their draw last weekend. However, Ahmadiyas couldn't replicate that, and they lost out by 3 points to Franschhoek, 37 points to 34. Ahmadiyas not having a great start to their season, but there's still a lot of rugby left to come for them, so hopefully there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Belhar similarly coming up short against UWC, 35 points to 38. UWC will continue their clean win record for now. Bellville beating Calmo 26 points to 19. Calmo coming out with a bonus point from that one. Van der Stel beating Vineyards 31 points to 20. Van der Stel find themselves in a very favourable position. Also undefeated in the season, and they will look to maintain their place in the top 6, possibly even going into the top 2 behind UWC. Hands and Hearts versus Hamlets, another tight encounter, 37 points to 35. Hands and Hearts beating out Hamlets by 1 conversion. Absolutely tight games in the Super League B. New in 2nd place we have Hands and Hearts, followed by Van der Stel in 3rd place. We're really starting to see who the contenders are for the title this season. Kraaifontein after their bye will drop to 4th, followed by Belhar and Bellville. Franschhoek gaining a few slots on the table, followed by Hamlets, All Saints and Collegians who travel up the table. Vineyards find themselves slipping down after their loss, and at the bottom of the table we still have Ahmadiyas, Langa and Strand circling in the relegation zone. Super League C saw Pinyal Villagers hosting Strand United, and we would have expected more from Pinyal given that they are so high on the table. Strand United holding Pinyal at bay, with Pinyal only managing a 15-13 victory. However, they still get the 4 points and maintain their place in the top 3 on this table. Makassar and Gudud was a clash of positions 1 and 2 on the Super League C table, and you can see just how close it was, with Makassar coming out victors by 21 points to 20. Makassar will maintain the top spot on this table going forward. Gardens versus Busy Bees saw Gardens beating Busy Bees by 22 points to 16. Scottsdene beating Eerste River 21 points to 15. Paul once again forfeiting, giving Rangers 5 points. Young Peoples coming up short against Primrose with a 24-10 victory to Primrose. And Atlantis beating Masipumelele 26-17 to shake things up on the table. Pinyal will slide into second with Gudud dropping to third, followed by Young Peoples and Eerste River, and Primrose joining the party in the top 6, whereas Busy Bee will drop down to 7th. Atlantis and Rangers also find themselves on the climb, while Blue Jet drop down after their bye. In the bottom 3 we still see Strand United, Masipumelele and Paul circling in the relegation zone. Over in the Northern League, Delft taught Windmill a lesson, beating them 57 points to 24, a massive victory for Delft. Delft are one of the top contenders for the title of the Northern League this season. Albion's beating Rugby 31 points to 20, Excelsior getting their first victory for the season 20 points to 13, and a clash of two of the top 3 teams, Salaurians versus Coronation, so Coronation beating Salaurians by 24 points to 21. This doesn't shake up much on the table. As I said before, the top 3 for this league will continue to be Delft United, Stellenbosch Coronation and Salaurians in that order at the moment, and they are followed by Albion's, Windmill, Gordons Bay Pioneers, Excelsior, Whistling Wheels, Rugby Universal and Blakes at the bottom of the table. Down south we had Rocklands hosting Watsonia Warriors, Watsonia coming away with a victory 31 points to 19. They've got this season on a really good track at the moment. Blue Stars United similarly thrashing Retrieve 50 points to 14. Titans hosting Lagunia beating them 32 points to 0. Young Stars narrowly edging out against Northerns 20 points to 19, and Young Wesley's continue their win streak, beating Peninsula 24 points to 21. Over on the table, the only new member we have in the top 3 is Watsonia sliding into 3rd, with Young Wesleys and Blue Stars still holding on to position 1 and 2. Northerns will drop down to 4th, with Young Stars and Titans finding themselves on the climb after Rocklands and the 3 drop after their losses this weekend. Over in the City League, Morningstar managed to pull a win over the Police, beating them 22-14. Western Zebras once again forfeiting to give Silver Tree 5 points on the table. Caledonian Roses a massive victory for them, 69 points to 7 over Young Ideas. And Manenberg Rangers going down 32 points to 10 against Violets. Elsie's River, despite their bye this weekend, will maintain the top of the table, although they are followed very closely behind by Caledonian Roses, and then Morningstar behind them in 3rd position. Silvertree and Violets find themselves on the climb, with Manenberg Rangers and the Police dropping down a few slots. Young Ideas and Western Zebras will fill out the rest of the table. In the Metro League, Khayelitsha paid a visit to City Park against Temperance Cities, claiming a 43-24 victory. Perseverance losing against Silverleaf 45 points to 0. Similarly, Lamont Wanderers unable to score a try against Imikai 41 points to 0 in favour of the Greens. For Santa Caral also paid a visit to City Park to beat Progress 108-8, and their massive scorelines just continue to grow. Bishop Lavers versus Thistle was a very tight encounter, the only tight encounter of the weekend in the Metro League, and Bishop Lavers managing to edge out Thistle by 1 conversion, 29 points to 27, to see them move ever so slightly up this table. Nothing else changes on this table for Santa Caral, Silverleaf and Imikai, still in the top 3, followed closely behind by what might be the dark horse of this league, Khayelitsha. Bishop Lavers coming into 5th, with Lamont dropping to 6th, and then Thistle, Perseverance, Progress and Temperance Cities round out the bottom 4. So a lot's been happening this week, and a lot of movements have been happening on the table. we're starting to see who our contenders are, who's going into the top 9, who's likely going to play in the knockout stages in the Super League, and who might possibly be up for relegation. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts? Who are your picks to win each of these leagues, and who do you think will be relegated from each of these leagues? Also be sure to like, subscribe and share this with your friends. You know, those ones that always ask you what the score is. And we'll see you next time with more Western Province Club Rugby news.